So there's like this GIF or something, and we're gonna turn it into actually real life juice box GIF. Here we go. We can do it. There it is. It's all done. That's the video. What if the video just ended right there? Maybe. This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Alright, I'm too tired to do my voiceover, so my friend Marshall's going to do it for me.
So first I took the paper and I folded it once, then I folded it twice, and I said, hey, I need to do some lines. I like the letter M 3 times in a row. Underlined it, overlined it, signed, lined it, circle line, made a frog. You know, the rest is kind of history. After I made the frog, I cut it in half, back into the lines. I drew more like a big old, you seen the show Big Mouth? Kind of like that. And then I drew a skull and got some fishing line, because I'm going fishing with this one. And hold on. And then my friend Tony came in the room and I was like, yo, put the strings through the fucking paper, drag it up like it's a fucking frog lifting up. Maybe I could put that on like a juice box or something and make it open and close. You know what I'm saying?
So basically I was just like testing out a way to do the pull part thing with paper and seeing what I liked best. And I remember doing like these like paper things back in like elementary school. And honestly, I feel like that's where I got partly my idea for do the pull part stuff. And yeah, with that, we're kind of got the concept. And now to make a GIF. And so my buddy Shell has these juice box artwork collection. And I thought I could like animate it, maybe make it pull apart like per usual, add some juice in there. To do that, I found this transition thing from my intro, and I imported it into layers and took like certain frames from it, and I had to make it all pixelated. And so I put that in a timeline, moved the juice box apart, and then pixelated each of those different like frames. Yeah, you can kind of see what I did there. Cool. So animated, it looks like this. Well, I guess each frame looks like that. And then here it is animated. So cool. So now it's time to figure out how to make this in real life. So I got myself a juicy juice, punctured it, drank it all up like I was just done with my soccer game and I was missing some orange slices. And then drew on the little marking where I was going to cut it apart with a pen that didn't work. Got a knife from the back of the juicy juice box and began squirted. Clean my mess up, and now cutting. We're cutting for reals. This is me cutting. I'm cutting this box up. So I cut it up, pull it apart, boink, and I realized that it's like a lot longer than the image, so I gotta make it short. Like it looks a lot skinnier. The image is a little fatter, so I stuffed the one of them into the other one, just stuff it on in, and traced out the cutout lines so that it'll match up. That's actually that's the idea. We'll see if it works. So I took some scissors, cut it out, and now, it's gonna work. It matches up well enough. So now just to paint it all nice and white for the base layer. I guess the image, like the JPEG's white, or the GIF's white. So this will work perfectly. Painted it all up. It took actually like a bunch of different layers, but that's good enough. We're just gonna do one layer for now, let it dry, and do the second one. Wow, you're so fast at painting. With it all done, now to add in the different colors. I had a little reference on the left side. Oh yeah, you guys saw that earlier when I was explaining like it's not as big, so I was using it as a reference. And it was kind of hard to get like the pixel look, and I kept on just trying a smaller brush and couldn't figure it out, so I paint over it. We'll try that again. And I began to use a needle to kind of like sharpen it up in places. I'd move the acrylic paint around and was surprised at how well it worked. And so now I'm gonna have to do it on every single one, which was so tedious and monotonous, but kind of fun. I don't know. I watched a lot of Netflix while doing it. So, oh, also, in between like each painting, I would kind of like rotate it at the angle it's supposed to be to make sure it looked how it's supposed to look. Oh my gosh. Ugh, I just swallowed my own spit. But look how it's supposed to look. So like on the top, you can see how everything's kind of warped, but if you get it to the right angle, it kind of looks like that because of the perspective. It looks right. That's what I was going for. It looked good there on the top, and by the end of this, I kind of got a little burnt out. But one of the most important parts was like that little juice part. And no, Shell actually came into the studio. I wish I would have gotten some footage of him, but this is him shooting it. The guy that has the art collection. Oh yeah, so like the right side here, a lot more sloppy, but it doesn't like really matter. People usually read art from top to bottom, and like left to right. So I got away with it. And now to figure out how to do the juice. So I made this little loom out of pins and cardboard. Made a little warp string with embroidery floss, not frost. Tied her on off, and now to weave it. Oh, that knot took forever. Actually, this whole thing took forever. It's just sped up. It's fine. I think weaving this took at least 3 hours. That might be excessive. At least an hour, maybe more. But just weave it through, then you take the needle and smush it down. I have a video about how to weave, and that's how I learned how to do this. But I didn't do it with embroidery floss because this was ridiculous. But I got it done. And this is going to be like the part of the juice box that is the water. So I just glued off the edges there, and that way it won't come unraveled when I take the pins out, and cut off all the excess. And now we got a nice tiny little blanket thing that we gotta shove in here to make it look like the juice. And I think I'm gonna have to cut open the bottom to do that. But before I do, pass me something to say. So I wanted to go through an old video and see the sponsor and see if I still stood by what I said in the past. So here goes nothing.
First off, thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring the video. If you need a domain name, a website, like an online portfolio or online store, make your next move with Squarespace.
Alright, so then I go on and I show you how to screen print some stickers. Really cool. And then at the end,
another huge thank you to Squarespace for supporting this video. If you guys need a website, a domain name, an online portfolio, or online store, I mean, I would go with Squarespace. That's what I use. And like I've used all the other like website builder sites and all those things that help you out to make websites. Tried making my own website, and like it all worked, but honestly, I'm sticking it with Squarespace. I'm sticking it out with Squarespace mostly because of how user-friendly everything is. Before I was having a pretty difficult time getting an online store, having a way, like a real simple way for people to use credit cards and a secure way. And that's what Squarespace did for me. And you guys can try it out yourself. The best thing is it is free. So if you guys want to start your free trial, you can go head over to Squarespace. And if you go to Squarespace/Shmoxd, you can get your first purchase at 10% off. So I mean, what do you have to lose? You can go use it for free trial, and if you don't like it, that's fine. If you do, you can use that coupon code, and the link to that code is in the description of the video. Awesome, guys.
So 5 years later, and I'm still sticking it out with Squarespace, mostly because they continue to update all their features, but keep it user friendly so anyone can do it. Okay, so I just cut open that bottom so I could kind of access it from behind, get that back entryway. Yeah, sure. So I drew out kind of the shape of it, folded it up so it's gonna fit nice and tight inside. I feel like there's so many innuendos I'm missing, and it's my brain, it's tired. Sometimes the only way to make it fit is from behind. Okay. So I glued this, and the hot glue like didn't work, so I had to tear it out, which kind of messed it up. But I figured I'd be okay because it's gonna be covered with the little cloth anyways. So I used just normal hot glue and just did one side at a time. And was a little more patient. By this time, I kind of was getting a little impatient. That's a word. Sure, impatient. Did it one side at a time, and then I got so concentrated I actually did the rest of this off camera on accident. Get your hands back in screen, silly. So hands back in screen, we're going to now embroider in some ripples. And yeah, honestly, kind of cool to embroider on top of embroidery floss. If I had all the time in the world, maybe I'd make like a giant blanket from embroidery floss. That could be fun. But yeah, so that's all rippled out, and now to add the strings, kind of like the pull part strings from the paper example. So I put a little glue there and put it in there as my anchor point, and then it needs one side to be firm and then the other side to be the like slides. So I took each individual string and I threaded it through a needle and poked it down through the bottom. And now I just need to do that with each and every strand. Ooh-wee. This took a hot second to do this little piece. I actually want to do more pieces. I want to do a rug of this juice box, and actually I want to try to do like a pull apart stained glass. So I'll either do that through the Instagram or in another video here on YouTube. But anyways, I got that figured out, and now just to add more. Oh, and that's how you reset it. You pull it back from the back, and that's why I need that back entrance, the back access from the back. And yeah, there we go. We got a cute little pull apart juice box. And so now just to reset it, and I want to get like a shot of how it kind of looks as a GIF. So I'm gonna reset it real quick and change the angle and put it back down and get the angle right. That looks good. Let's zoom out. There it is. There's the GIF. Ooh, I should have done a stop motion of this. Oh, next time. If I do a next YouTube video, I'll make a little stop motion of that. Oh my gosh. I keep on choking on my own spit. Ugh. But yeah, next video. If I do it on YouTube here, I'll do a little stop motion of this juice box to copy the GIF. That's what I'll do. Okay, cool. Alright, so be sure to like and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that bell notification. And yeah,